Hello, fellow amp aficionados. I'm laughing, not because of you, but because we set up to make an amp video for the Blackstar Debut 100. It's not what it's called, but my lovely wife Leslie next door said, what's the session called? And then she looked at the amp and said, oh, Debut. She also said, can you make it really fast because I have better things to do than switch this video? And then she said if she did it, she wouldn't even play guitar. I'm like, why? Well, because it's an amp video, it's not a guitar video. She has points. I mean, the woman is clever. Should I now make the review of the Debut 100 without a guitar? I don't think I should, because that makes no sense. I'm going to show you unboxing. I hope I filmed an unboxing.
It's just you and me and a single light to expose my fear. You're holding something in your...
We're gonna go to the next step in this video, which is nice product shots of this thing with some sounds, for which I had to play guitar, but I'm not playing guitar in this video yet. Now I'm holding a guitar, but we're still not getting to the point where I'm playing it. Because you want to hear it in context. Well, in this video we're not going to explore the direct out from this amp, except in the track. So what you're going to hear in the track is this amp plugged in with the direct out in the back that you can see there somewhere. Line out or phones, and that has an analog style speaker simulation on it. And that's what I used in the track that you're going to hear. I'm playing, of course, to my good friend Tom James's Elevated Jam Tracks. Let's listen to that. And now we've arrived at the part of the video where I'm going to talk quite a bit about this thing, and then we're going to play it, and then I'll tell you what I think, and then you buy it or you don't. Either way is fine with me, honestly. It's a Blackstar, which is why there's a Blackstar on it. I mean, isn't that cute? This is not from Blackstar, this is from 4D Pedals. They sent this to me. It's a fuzz, I think it's $35. You can buy it at 4D Pedals, I don't know, .com or something. 3D printed, kind of cute. It's an ugly fuzz. I mean, blah, that, but come on, it's a Blackstar. So I needed that for the Blackstar video. I'm so tempted to keep calling it the debut. Then they're going to be mad at me because Blackstar is paying for this video. The debut? Debut. In German we say debut. But I think that's debut. Debut. It's the debut. I can actually say that. The debut 100. I looked at the debut 50 and recorded a whole bunch of actual songs with it, with an SM57 in front of it, and it did a pretty good job on all of it. Not fantastic, but pretty good for the money. Some people hate it when I say for the money, but you have to judge the gear based on its price point.
I did before, playing tennis in a thunderstorm, sipping gin till the break of dawn, yeah. I'm on a new vacation, baby. I'm swinging in a stereo mood. I'm giving every...
I see you cruising down the highway. See you cruising with a hard-hit radio track. It seems a while since you felt it, but baby, you better believe, yeah, we're better glow. On the base full of rage, we engage the imposter.
Now, I think this clocks in at about 450. And at 450, if you're looking for an amp that is loud, so it's got wattage, and has a 1 or 212, you're already kind of getting into the direction of not possible. Now, this is a 212 loaded combo with 100 watts. So the big selling points here are, it's a big, mature, full-sized amp with volume. It can kill from the stage. It can fight against a drummer in clean and drive. And that's the big selling point. It is a transistor combo. One of those good old amps that we had as kids, like not you guys, you young'uns, that we old farts had as kids. Or the clothing, that's just a silly attempt to look younger than I actually am. We had those amps because we didn't have options of modeling. We didn't have that. We didn't have options of affording a tube amp. So we had these transistor combos. And I did have an Engel 120 Savage at home, but I didn't want to take that to rehearsal. So in my rehearsal space, I had a Crate. A Crate was an amp brand, transistor 210 combo. So it makes a lot of sense to have something like this in the rehearsal room because it can fight against the drummer. Now we have, if you look at the top, a clean, and that's just volume, that doesn't drive. And you can have that bright or not bright. Very simple. Sharing the same EQ. Overdrive channel with gain and volume. An EQ, the ISF, which is the, I don't know what it stands for. But it's a kind of more global EQ to go a little bit more American and more British, they say, but it's just an overall EQ for more or less mids. We have 2 different reverbs that you can dial in here. And you can run it on 5 watt, which is much less than 100. So for home, that works. What you can also do at home, have it on 100 and simply have the volume down. In the back, we can see an effects loop, which we're testing with the 2290 on top. You can see the line out of phones that's frequency compensated and will turn the speakers off, and a foot switch, which is included, and a line in to like jam with a phone or something if you have a mini jack. That's really it. It's a very simple amp. There's no apps, there's no extra features, there's no more effects. It's straightforward transistor combo. But 212 and loud. Talking about 212, there are 212s in there, completely non-branded. They're not even like the cheap Celestians or whatever they usually have in their cabs. They are completely non-branded. Here's a speaker, but we're not really going to tell you what it is. I have a hunch that one of the big improvements you can do to this, if you buy it and after a while you go like, I like this, but I would like it a little bit more, is probably put in some brand name speakers, which honestly we can't expect at a price point of 450 if one speaker will run you 130, so that's already 260 bucks just for the speakers. Obviously Blackstar is not going to do that. We can't fault them at that price point. No name something in there is okay, but the speaker is highly responsible for the frequency response that comes out of an amplifier. So having something better in there is a good idea. Okay, the setup. In the effects loop, TC2290 to show that it works, and when we're driving the amp, we can't put delay in front of it, so we're going to put delay in the effects loop. There is no speaker out, so I can't use a load box, IR loader, and all that stuff, which I wouldn't anyway, because it's a combo, I need to show the combo. You cannot put another speaker on there. External speaker, no. Internal speaker, yes. So we're miking it with a good old SM57 over there, and above it we've got the Royer R10. I've got a whole video on the R10 on the channel, by the way. That's a ribbon mic. So that's a very classic combination. The Royer is going to do all the nice roundness, and the SM57 the ness. Okay, in front of me, sorry we got no camera on this, is a pedal board that has a Galaxy from UA on it, and an Archer and an Ibanez TS808, so that we can, put a drive in front of it and see if that works. Also, there's a tuner in case this goes out of tune. And this is a Vola OZ TNC. One of those. Look it up at the Vola website. I put a link below. You can actually get, I think, 5% off or 10% off if you buy with my coupon code. So why wouldn't you? Kick-ass guitar. A little bit on the bright side, by the way. Here we go on the clean channel. More of that reverb. And now we're on plate. Which is also smaller. Kind of blooms up. So without, I put the Galaxy on. I like the clean. None of it sounds big, massive, thick, like a tube amp, because it isn't one. It's also under $500, and it's loud, and it's got two 12s. Gotta know what you want. If you're looking for big and loud on a budget, you're not gonna get a 212 tube combo with these features. Okay, let's explore the bright. I like it, and I like the in-between position back here. That's going to be amazing. I like that clean channel. And that's pretty much what it is. So now we move on to the overdrive channel. I mean, wait. Let's test the EQ. So yeah, you can, of course, still tweak the clean. Get a more low mid there. It's gonna be more prominent in the drive channel, which is again where we're going now. So that already takes us to quite a bit of drive territory. Let's go back to the clean and actually just put a tube screamer in front of it. Or a clone. It works as a pedal platform. Now we move on to the overdrive. With that setting probably more open. Pretty noisy when you're cranking it up that high on the gain, but it's fun. It's super responsive. It's never muddy because there is massive low end happening here, but it's, as I said, it's responsive, super fun, and I can't stop playing. I'm gonna push right here with the Troop Screamer, and then we're done. Okay. So here's what I think about the D-Butt 100 by Blackstar. It never gets chunk, massive, brutal in the low end. It's always midsy. But that is a speaker thing, and I like it. It sits where guitars are supposed to sit, in the mids. If you want that, put different speakers in it. I'm pretty sure that's going to change things, but I don't personally need it. I like the voicing, even with the nondescript speakers. The cleans are there, they are transistor cleans, and they work. The drives are there, they're transistor drives, but they work. It cannot do the bluesy low gainy to mid gainy thing. When you go to drive with the overdrive channel, it's already quite a bit. So if you want to have that kind of edge of breakup-y, mid bluesy flavor, use a pedal. We ran that rather quiet in here because I'm old. This thing can get loud. The reverb's okay. EQ, as you heard, rather flexible. Never really too much on anything, so that's good. Who is this for? It's for the guitar player that wants a second amp to take with and not trash your tube stack baby. You know, you got a Friedman at home and you love it to death and you don't want it to get dirty or banged up or any of that. Talking about banged up, this doesn't have corners. So in terms of like being roadworthy, Blackstar, if this is a thing that people take to the rehearsal and stuff, to not bang up their other amps, why don't you give it corners? Give it some black corners, come on, something like that. Little black stars on them. You know, brand yourself. It's not super heavy, that's nice. So it's the amp that you take with you to bang up because it is only 450. If I now say it's a beginner amp, you're gonna yell at me because, oh, well, I have one and I'm not a beginner. I get that a lot, but you know what? At that price point, we have to talk about beginners. And if you're a beginner, but you want to have something to take to the rehearsal or on stage, yeah, you can buy a modeler. It's gonna be more than that. It can also do more than that, but then you still need a cab and a Class D power amp. It's a totally different budget. Anything else that can do the volume and flexibility that this has, especially at the 212, will be more money. It is a compromised product. It is affordable. Therefore, it doesn't give you all the options of a modeler. It doesn't give you the fullness of a tube amp because it is at a price point where you can't get that. Okay? You have to decide what you want. Do you want big, take it to the band and it works? Under $500? Then either you buy something used or you buy this. As a thing that sits in the practice room, and I don't mind not having it at home because I got something else at home, this is great. For a stage where you're not miking, this is great because it's loud. for a quiet, decent looking amp for the living room or your man cave, not bad if you can't buy anything else in terms of budget. Is it brilliant? No. Is it pretty damn good for the money? I would say yes. Again, never really chunk super thick. I can crank it up and maybe get more of that, but I don't think that's it. So just test it out. Order it, send it back if you don't like it. Go to a shop, test it out. This video can get you an idea and maybe get you interested because you're looking for something loud, 212, movable. Then the Blackstar D-Bot 100 is it. I've shown you everything I can show you. I'll put links below. Thank you for watching. Please use the links and animals at the end.